Hi guys! This video is all about building trust with your guinea pigs and how you can bond with them. Having a trusting relationship with our guinea pigs is what makes owning them so rewarding. When your guinea pig trusts you, you can feel that connection you have with them. And although some people might laugh and say, "What? It's only a guinea pig," the fact is they are another animal that relies on us for everything, which makes them no less important than any other pet. Because they're small and have natural prey instincts, it can mean that building trust takes longer, but it doesn't mean they deserve it any less. So I'm going to run through 5 main things that you can do as a guinea pig owner to help your piggies trust you more. And the important thing to bear in mind throughout all this is that taming guinea pigs takes time. So take my guinea pigs. Willow is around 7 years old, and only really in the last 2 to 3 years has she become the most trusting guinea pig I've ever known. She has no fear. She rarely ever jumps or runs away from anything, and she will fall asleep in my lap within a couple of minutes. In contrast, the 2 younger piggies that I got earlier this year, Roxy and Phoebe, they're 6 months old now, but they're still very jumpy and quick to startle. It's normal for younger piggies to be much more skittish, and I've still got a way to go with Phoebe and Roxy. And just like us, guinea pigs have unique personalities, so one piggy might just naturally be more shy than another, but that doesn't mean you can't help them to become more confident though, it might just take that little bit longer. Also, keeping guinea pigs in pairs or small groups will go a long way towards taming them and their ability to trust you in the first place. Guinea pigs are sociable animals and you can't always be there with them, so if they have company of their own, they're not only happier, but they can also learn from each other that you're not something they should be scared of. Okay, so starting off with my 5 tips. At number 1, we have considering where your guinea pig lives. A guinea pig that lives outside in a sheltered hutch will naturally be more scared and more jumpy as they'll be used to having that covered ceiling over their head all the time. Bringing your guinea pigs inside in an open cage where they can get used to seeing humans and hearing and smelling all the sounds of the house will help them be less afraid. There's also loads of other reasons why I recommend keeping guinea pigs inside over that traditional idea of keeping them outside in a hutch. So if you want to hear more about that, then I've got a video I'll post in the description and it'll be up in the cards now. Tip number 2 is to spend more time around your piggies and use sound to make yourself familiar to them. And this is something you can just get into a habit of doing from when you bring them home to when they're a couple of years old and even beyond then. So just chat to them. I do this with my piggies when I pop in on them in the morning and when I'm doing any cage cleaning or sweeping throughout the day. I just kind of natter away at them and look at their cute little faces and their puzzled reactions. Sometimes it's just really nice to sit by the cage, watch them and have a little chat to them. And knowing that while you do this, you're bonding with them and they're getting to know you better is something that's just really nice to bear in mind. So why talking to them? Well, hearing is one of the most important senses for guinea pigs, and they often rely on it a lot more than they do their vision. So you just being present in the room with them is the first step to building their trust, and it's something you can continue to do with your piggies as they become more tame. And if you do have new piggies, then don't worry if they're freezing up and they're just kind of in a state of shock and maybe they run away every time you come into the room. Don't worry, that's normal and it's one of the reasons why we need to take things slowly. And tip number 3 is food. So if you've been researching guinea pigs or you own them already, then you will know food is a pretty big deal to them and they basically spend most of their time eating. And taming can make the most of this, so hand feeding is one of the best ways to bond with your guinea pigs. Fresh vegetables always work really well, they just can't resist them and they're healthy for them too. So when it's veggie time, start off by making them aware that it's you who is bringing them food. Again, talk to them and over time you might set up a sound or a noise that they will associate with feeding time and it'll really get them excited for it. So for me, I usually tap the side of the bowl when I'm coming in, and by now they also just recognise the sounds of someone downstairs preparing food in the kitchen, even though they're in here in an upstairs bedroom, and they'll start squeaking. Sometimes it just takes someone to be making toast or something in the kitchen and bless them, they'll get excited and start thinking it's vegetable time. So once you've brought them food, stay with them whilst they eat. You too. Yep, see ya. Then when they start to get braver, before you put the food in the cage, offer some to them with your hand, always being super gentle and calm, never too loud and never with any sudden movements. If they won't take food from you right from the start, again, that's normal. Some tips you can try are putting the food on the ground but keeping your hand nearby so they can smell it and associate you with the food. Or you can try using a long piece of food, such as a long lettuce leaf or something that they can just nibble the other end of and they don't need to get too close to your hand. One thing that can work really well with children as well is if you put your palm with a piece of food on it flat on the bottom of the cage and just let them take their time to come to you. So I've just got a few pea flakes in the palm of my hand. And this is really good because you don't have to worry about moving or doing anything and doing something the wrong way. They just literally come to you. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen straight away, that's totally fine. And what she's doing now is just standing all over me and having a good sniff and a good lick of my hand. Now I'll probably move and you'll run away. Oh no, I'm gonna be calm and relaxed. There's a good pig. Yeah. Well, you're just extremely leaky now. Do watch out for fingernails. They can tend to nibble at them. So once they're familiar with your voice and your hand feeding them, you can move on to stroking them and even handling them. At first, make sure you don't handle them too much in the beginning. Naturally, guinea pigs don't like being picked up and many never will. So bearing that in mind, make sure you're always picking them up in the right way, never in a way that's harmful or is going to be stressful for them. Avoid chasing them around the cage for too long, but you're learning how to pick them up as well, so don't worry if there's some failed attempts in there. One method that a lot of new owners do is to encourage them into a cozy sack or a tunnel and then pick up the bed with them inside. Once you are able to take them out the cage, lap time is an amazing way to bond with them. So use a fleece blanket or something that they can snuggle and feel safe in and let them sit on your lap. I recently did a video where I covered lap time in a lot of detail. You can see how I do lap time with my own piggies, and there's lots of tips in that video for how to make lap time easier and help you bond with your piggies as more and kind of encourage you to get into a routine with it. So do go and check out that video if you're interested in that. One thing in that video is, of course, combining food with lap time is a really great way to bond with your piggies. So have their favourite vegetable on hand when you take them out of the cage for some cuddles. And at number 5 we have understanding guinea pig behaviour. I thought I'd put this one in because it's sometimes overlooked, it isn't included along with the other tips, maybe partly because it's something that you learn to do naturally over time, but it can also be really helpful in the beginning. Guinea pigs might be small, but they are herd animals and they're very sociable, so they interact with each other and with you in lots of different ways using loads of different sounds and noises. By learning what different behaviours are likely to mean, you can understand what your guinea pigs like and what they don't like, and then you can experiment with adjusting the way you do things to make sure that they're happy more of the time. So I would recommend doing some research, reading about guinea pig behaviour and watching videos to get more of an insight into how they respond to different things. And with time, it will be clear to you when your guinea pig is not happy or content, even if it's not immediately obvious. And what's great is that you'll also be able to read subtle signs and changes in behaviour that can tell you when your guinea pig is feeling unwell, which is so important for monitoring their health. Roxy has come to say hello! So have a go at these tips and you'll slowly start to see your guinea pig trust you more. But as I said in the beginning, don't expect it to be a quick process. One thing that might help you stay on track is remembering that the whole process is really good for us as well. We really benefit from just sitting and watching our guinea pigs and being with them. It's a proven way to de-stress. So where you can, take some time out of each day to spend with your guinea pigs and bond with them. That's everything for this video. We hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you found it useful or if you think it will be useful for new owners to watch, then please give us a thumbs up and comment below. It really does help to support the channel. And if you want more tips and tricks and advice on how to care for guinea pigs, then please hit that subscribe button and the bell to stay notified of new videos. As always, thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!